Hey guys, Jeremy at Speedwerx here. Today we're going to be giving you an update on where we're at with a bunch of our products and the products that we're continuing to develop for the VR1 boost models, the Polaris VR1 boost models. Most of you, if you haven't seen already, we have a video available where we talk about like our stage 1 setup. I'm not really going to recap on that. That video is available, you can watch it, but that basically just consists of like our clutch kit and some venting and things like that, so you can watch that. That's all working really, really well. But now we're going to get into our stage 2 setup, and then we have a stage 2.5. Those are our premium pump gas maps, and then stuff that's in developed, and we finally put it in the eyes of the public this past weekend at some of the big local lake races and stuff, where we have some over 50 horsepower tunes and things like that running on full race gas that are working really, really well. Stage 2, stage 2.5. The only difference is in the ECU program. Stage 2 is 100% safe on premium pump gas. And stage 2.5 is just a little bit more. It's still a premium pump gas map, but we're just pushing things that extra little bit. Both of them are 100% trail safe, reliable, and you guys are absolutely going to love them. The guys that have been out running them absolutely love them. They've been raving about them. The throttle response, the acceleration, just the overall cleanliness of the programming. On top of all the power and things that we've added, you'll be smoking your buddies, and they're super fun. Can't say enough good things about this sled. I know in other videos I told you guys to date it's my most favorite snowmobile ever, and it still holds true. It just gets more fun the more power we add to it all the time. It gets more and more fun to ride. So ECU program, stage 2, stage 2.5, really, really close to each other, but you'll definitely will notice and feel a difference. When you buy the reprogramming from us, we're going to give you both maps anyways, so don't worry about that. If you want to try both, you'd be absolutely fine there. If you already have stage 1, or you already got clutching from us in the past, if you haven't heard from us yet about an update, which you all should have, but if for some reason you slipped through the cracks and you haven't, please contact us right away, because our original clutching stuff we sent out for the stage 1 stuff, there has been some updates, and that update is just a heavier pin weight in the belly of the weight, and then depending on what you're at for a tune and stuff, and whatnot, there might be a different helix and or a different secondary spring too. So if you haven't been contacted us about that, just reach out to us. We'll get you taken care of there, no problem. Then getting into the clutching setup on the stage 2 or 2.5, still going to have our normal boost specific weight. They're going to come preset to you for whatever you order for programming and mapping. So there'll be a set screw installed here because the weights are fully adjustable, but that set screw will already be pre-installed and Loctited in place. And then there'll be the belly weight here, which we're running an 8-gram slug down there right now. So that's what the weight part will consist of. We're adding 60 thousandths of shim to the post on the primary clutch. What this does is when that weight's installed or at a neutral state and sitting there, is it allows it to travel that extra 60 thousandths and get more weight behind it to put more pressure on the roller to give it more squeeze. In turn, we see some huge gains on the bottom end, the throttle response. It just hooks up and grips the belt a lot better down low, and we really like the way that feels. And then you'll have one of our H5 alloy primary springs, H5 alloy secondary spring. We switch over to the regular team or the older style team TSS04 rollers, the smaller ones, so that we can run the dual ramps on the helix. And then that setup's a little bit better. And then believe it or not, just by switching over to these smaller rollers, we're actually seeing gains. If you run helix angle to helix angle from the new style big roller to the old style with a small roller, we are seeing gains just by changing that alone. We'll get into some intake stuff. This is our frog skin that we run on the airbox for the high flow air intake, just to get a little bit more and cooler, fresher air into the intake. Really, really important on the mountain sleds or the guys that are out boondocking in the trees and stuff. But we'll put it on the trail sleds as well. And then depending on where you're at and what your application is, we have our different panel vents too. And then being trail sleds, most guys go with the trail can, where you have a slight noise increase over stock, but it's still super, super trail friendly. And these are Velp ceramic coated, and then we have our light and loud or L2 series, which is our L2. So that's kind of stage 2, stage 2.5. You other guys that are like specific lake racers, guys looking for full race setups and stuff, we'll flash you some videos here from this past weekend lake racing and whatnot. But right now, with our 50+ horse tunes on full race gas running like 110, The best we've seen, and it all depends on conditions, the guys that are real serious about this will know that that varies at this point, but we're seeing 108 miles an hour and 575 feet. We do have some other data logs off of the Draggy app that will flash in and show you too, but things are working really, really well. If you are interested in those full race setups, just reach out to us, let us know, depending on where it's at, depending on how comfortable we are and seeing where it's at. We might release that stuff to you, we might not, but just give us a call and let us know. And you guys looking for the 100% trail rip and stuff and just want to have a badass trail sled that runs on pump gas, that stage 2, stage 2.5 is definitely the way to go. It's going to be tough to beat that on pump gas. If you guys have any other questions, let us know.